Yo, what's good, everybody? I know it's been a few days. I'm trying to get back into the rhythm of things. I apologize. But when you get stories that are like this, that are just this aggressive, it's just like, my gosh, man. Of course, I can't even tell if I'm good. Okay. So you see up on the screen, right? Benny Johnson, graphic video, 4 children stabbed on a playground in France. The assailant is a Syrian asylum seeker, which he says, aka terrorist. He goes on to break apart how there's 5 guys in this video who you can spot out. Only one of them even attempts to stop this guy from stabbing them. And there's multiple things on this. One, let me just scroll down here. This video's been deleted. Well, why is that? Why is that news? Well, it's like, well, one, like this is Twitter's a place you can go and you can get hardcore porn put in your timeline with no content warning whatsoever. But a video of a man just walking around with a knife, I mean, you can't even really see anything. I already seen some of it this morning. It gets deleted. Why? Just like literally just why? And to make it even worse, there's all these arguments happening about the religion behind the guy, you know, and supposedly he was carrying a crucifix, he had a cross with him, so he was a Christian, and obviously people are going after people of Islam, the faith, Muslims, all of that stuff. And it's just all around, it's just like, my first thing is, what kind of psychopath do you have to be to stab children? And I'll take it, we'll go a little bit further. These were toddlers. Like the oldest one outside of the adults that got hurt was like 3 years. Like a 22-month-old was one of the kids who got stabbed. In this video, there's multiple times where he makes the attempt to go around the mother to keep trying to stab an individual. It's insanity. It's and it's crazy to think that the video's already been bopped off of Twitter. I go and I check it right after I get back from the gym, right? Obviously, you see me in my disgusting fit, whatever. The video's been deleted. Now, if I scroll a little bit further down, there is the video is on here. Someone responded with a clip of the video inside here, and I think they changed the music or the background or something, so it's not been picked up yet or content ID'd. I'm willing to go shove it and get a strike. I'm not concerned. I'm really not. So if you're ready for it, we'll make our way down here. Obviously, in these comments, read to this. Another reason to protect the Second Amendment here in the United States. I mean, yeah, it's disappointing to think that the only thing that the guy could do was swing a backpack. He ran in there with his backpack and was just chucking it around. I mean, I get that's something, but man, like every single guy, I saw this tweet. It was like, it's insane that there are so few men who are capable of decisive, quick violence. You know, like where was the guy who came bolting out of screen, flying in and tackling the guy with no regard for his own self because he sees this guy's terrorizing these people. And then just throughout the video, it's chilling to see this mother get terrorized in the way that she is. I mean, she's just like in the park, like freaking out because the guy's just running around her, trying to stabbing her kids. Like it's a horror movie. It literally is a scene from a horror movie. And then in this video, there's a guy going down the slide. Let me go back up to this. What does he say? Yeah. Run away. Guy 1, run away. Guy 2, hide on the playground. Guy 3, swing a backpack, run away. Benny Johnson says run away, but I'm pretty sure the guy like made multiple attempts coming in and out with a backpack. I mean, if anything, guy 3 is the only one who deserves any amount of like, thank you, sir. Like you at least tried. Guy 4 jogs by, does not stop. Guy 5 films it all. Obviously, someone's got to record the whole thing. Why protect those people when you can get it on camera? It's crazy stuff. But we're going to slowly make our way down here. I saw the video in here. It's not the full thing, obviously. I think the full thing that people have been sharing is like 4.5 minutes long. The one down here is only got about 1.5 minutes. I'm about to show you here. But you just read these, right? Like just for your information, a month ago, I don't care about that. But yes, we need the Second Amendment because you see all these people trying to defend themselves from a stabbing with a knife. What are they going to do? Guys throwing a backpack. That's your defense weapon. It's like one of those stupid arguments where they're like, whatever you have whatever's on your left-hand side, that's your fight in a death match. It's like, well, that's what they're doing in the UK, bro, because they don't have ability to have weapons or weapons that would be meaningful to have to equalize the situation, like a gun. A knife is no good if the guy you're fighting is 6'9", you know, pushing 300 pounds. Like, good luck. I mean, the knife may do something. You may kill him, like, when after he's murdered you and he bleeds out because you got him a good time. Like, but you know. Okay, let's get it down here because I saw this thing. Yeah, okay, yeah. See, one of these videos of this guy riding a slide, which, like, I'd love to have access to the video so I could see that part. I must have missed that. But, like, imagine you're a grown man and you go down a slide to get away from a guy who's stabbing children. There literally couldn't be a more feminized, cucked thing I could put in one sentence. And it's funny because this tweet, how it reads it is, there was one brave man amidst all these cowards. One man who dared to risk it all despite his insecurities. Nigel bravely struck down his inner demons, embraced his inner child, and fearlessly swung his adult body down the slide. You're a hero, Nigel. Let me go down here. I know it was down here. Here it is. Okay, I want to make sure the audio is good before I play that. Actually, my headphones are not attached, and I don't want to blow your eardrums out, because it's not going to affect me, it's going to affect you. Give me 1 second here, pop it in. All right, and then YouTube, take it down if you want. I don't really care. Let's see. Let's show people what happened. Okay, we got that on screen. We see it. Okay, pull the sound down a bit because I don't know how loud it'll be. Yeah, they changed the background music. You can hear that ambient stuff. Like people just screaming. Right, he's holding the knife. Okay, I'm gonna pause it here. This lady, I'm telling you, if you watch the whole video, she literally just is going in circles around the playground, like screaming exactly how you just heard that. Now, what I don't want to show, because I think this is the exact scene, is he makes his way around her. Like she tries to like dance with him for a second. He goes around her to stab the kid in the carriage or the stroller thingy. And it's just like, dude, that's just, it's so dark, man. That's actually not, I want to see this. Here's the backpack guy. Okay. Choose your weapon, warrior. Like, dude, he's the guy, I think he gets him one good time right there. Maybe not, though. Maybe across the arm. Well, two, okay. How do you have a backpack, but you're wearing a backpack? Like, where were you going that day, sir? Okay, he's like antagonizing him. He does chase him. This is what I'm saying. Like, Benny Johnson said he ran away. But from when I watched the video, it seemed like this dude just kept chasing him around. Now, right here, he leaps back into the playground. Yeah, okay, this is exactly where it is. I do not want to show you this because I probably will get a strike about it. What he ends up doing, I probably get right up to the moment of re-up. So he's trying to get his way around this lady here. Look at, he's like jumping. He's just trying to gain distance to get around her. So she uses her body. And I think he's going to go for, he's trying to get around her. What you can't see is behind that metal shed thingy or whatever that is the stroller with the child. I think it's a boy. I think that's a 22-month-old. I'll stop it there because I don't want to get the strike. He leaps over her to stab him, I think, twice. Now, I will say at this point, that the backpack man should have thrown the back. He should have been over there at this point. I mean, like full speed, like Superman diving, like into this guy, you know? And it's wild because I talk with my friends a lot about stuff like this because, you know, I'm getting older. We're getting married. We have wives. We have things that we protect, children. And we often have these discussions about, do you like, because sometimes I'll daydream or like I'll realize I'm sitting here and randomly just thinking like, what if this guy decides to do this? Like, you know, like I'm kind of already pre-processing some of that stuff when I'm out in public, out and about, because I want to be ready in case something like this happens. Now, say take it maybe 5 years ago, I wasn't doing it nearly as much, but when I'm inundated, I would imagine you as well are getting the non-stop, just like violence here in this city, violence here in that city, random restaurant, guy homeless guy shoots other homeless guy, like stabbing in San Fran. I get that it may not be in your city, but when everyone watches these videos, they sit there and they just feel the panic and the dread that is being displayed in such video because they realize how quickly something like that can develop in front of them or happen to them. And then I guess for me, I'm in the stance of, I would imagine I pray to God that I'm not lying when I say this, but I would be one of the first people who would just put myself in front of that. And I talk to my friends about it too. So when it's wild to me that when I do see these videos, we don't see, we're like, why is it one guy with a backpack? That's all we're gonna get. That's our hero, is backpack guy. You know, and it's like, you know, who am I to say, who am I to judge? I mean, at least he tried. Like, I'll take that over everyone just screaming and running away, but these other guys who just took off, I mean, like, who's standing in this treehouse right now? Right? Like, how are you not like doing your best attempt to karate kick and Bruce Lee this guy from that treehouse? You know what really is there? Like, if the people who are older or in the community aren't willing to protect the youth, aren't willing to protect those who can't defend themselves, that is at the point where we have crossed the bounds of the society will crumble as a whole. And, you know, people have been saying it a lot, like these keyboard warriors, all these people just recording. This was like a full out, like in public at a playground with children surrounded by adults. And 1 out of 20 people did something. Now, obviously, the cops got there and took care of the suspect. And I believe that everyone's in critical condition. No one has actually passed away as far as my knowledge now. I will note that the Daily Mail article I read earlier did state that the mother, which I'm not sure if it's this mother, I think there were 2 adults who were struck. One of the adults is in critical condition fighting for their lives, and 2 of the children are in critical condition fighting for their lives. That is from the Daily Mail. Hopefully they didn't stealth edit it and change that and something happened to them. I mean, I'm praying for them. I will pray for them. I'm thinking about them. This has been on my mind since I saw it this morning. I mean, I'm in the gym just like sitting there getting angry because I'm like, dude, like, why does this stuff happen? How do you even get to the point where your mentality is, I'm going to stab little kids? You know, I struggle to understand how someone can get to that point. Because for me, I can understand how somebody gets to the point of self-harm, right? Like, it's the epitome of owning your failures in the worst way. It's, instead of ultimately accepting that you have done wrong and that you're going to build from that, you accept that you've done wrong and you choose to self-delete, right? It's like the negative conclusion and resolve to an answer to that means. Now, what I don't understand is this. Like, this is terrorism. This is that's a terrorist right there. That is, you are in a public park chasing mothers and children around with a knife. There's no, if that's not terrorism, I don't like what is. And I don't know. I'm not black pilled about these things, but I think it's just more of a realization of, like, when you think people have your back, or you think you're with a group of people who, like, got your back, like, be sure, man. Like, be extra, especially sure. Because what happens if they just run on you, right? What if you're the first person to get slashed, but when you're turning around, your friends are already 10 feet away. They're gone. You know, that's stuff to be worried about, man. And I think as a man, part of your duty is to vet your friends. Ensure that the people you have around, the people you love and care about, are people you want to be. Or are the people you want them to be, is a better way to say that. I just want to skip past that because I know what happens there. But it's just like, he's just running around, still with that knife. Now, at this point, I get it. But see, here's the backpack guy again. That's why I'm like, I don't even know if Benny Johnson watched the whole video. But he's just kind of antagonizing him, right? Like, this is kind of like low level. Like, he didn't even actually attempt to subdue the guy. He's just kind of like just buying time until somebody else comes and helps him, which is fair, right? Maybe the guy made the assessment that like he's not going to be strong enough. And then imagine that lady's just jogging. Her headphones are on so loud. She's like da 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 da. She has no idea what's going on. Literally none. And if she did, like, man, what crazy amount of ignorance are you just gonna keep running like nothing happened? But what is she gonna do, right? You know. But I guess if the kids are being attacked, wouldn't that call the woman into arms too? Wouldn't you expect them? Maybe not. Like this is crazy, man. It just seems fake because it's like there's feels like there's no urgency, and it's just like why? What caused you to do this? I can only think like if you were on like some kind of insane extremist that it was something about like the skin color or it was like something religious. But again, conflicting reports on the religion stuff. People are saying like Syrian refugee, Muslim, but then I've also seen reports that he was clutching a crucifix in his other hand the whole time, or he was wearing one, and he actually said like for Jesus Christ in the name. Like, who knows? I'm not even going to be concerned myself about that stuff. But then you take it to Twitter, and that's what people are mad about. People are like, stop using this as a way to, and it's like, man, dude, kids might die from this, and you're worried about what it says about your religion. It's gross, dude. And maybe that's the whole point of this is why things aren't going to get better, man. People would rather argue and divide and self-divide over and over and over again before actually seeing any kind of unifying moment, which is like, we need to man up. And I think that's something that a lot of people can get behind. Women can get behind that, dude. When they see like kind of like how the feminization has turned out when situations like this arise. But I guess at least if you take this side by side, you go in America, Daniel Penny, I mean, he stood up and was like, nah, like you're not going to terrorize people. But then look how they treat him, how our law treats him. It's gross. But enough of this. I would like to see more of this come out. It's just pretty fresh.